Welcome everybody to Café. Ah, pendeja. Welcome everybody to Sol Café podcast. Today we have a new episode and we're going to answer a question somebody left.
On YouTube, we had somebody that left a comment, and we wanted to, it's pretty good.
It's great.
Has like a lot of questions, and so we want to get into that.
Yeah.
All right, let me bring it up. So Tezen Thomas Masami, he asked Mariana. Mariana says the community of tarot is divided into two groups. One, those who use it for a divination tool, and two, those who use it for therapeutic, evolutionary, introspection, and psychological self-knowledge. I wonder whether there exists a third classification of people who offer tarot readings. Do you want to go ahead and answer those, or do you want to keep going with it?
Yeah, keep going a little bit.
Okay, number 3, those who use it as a tool to manipulate, influence, and control others. I wonder whether you would agree that such people and situations exist, or whether everyone who engages in the art of tarot is automatically virtuous and helpful.
Okay, there.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start with that one. Mm-hmm. I think it's a controversial topic.
For sure.
But of course, it's people in the tarot world, I want to call it that way, who use their power or their knowledge to manipulate others. I think it's easy to see it more with people to sell also witchcraft or spells, or they have their own potions or candles, and it's easy to see it in the tarot world. Like, if you're going with them, they're always gonna tell you at the final of your reading, like, but everything's gonna be alright if you buy me this candle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, or they're just suggesting you to make in Mexico we call it a limpia, no? Where they're cleaning your energy.
Right.
And of course you can see their goal is to sell you more stuff.
Like the doctors, when they're trying to prescribe you with medicine, maybe you don't even need it, but they do get like a commission from that. So
exactly.
Yeah, and it keeps you coming back too. So it's more money in their pockets too.
And I think happens in the tarot world that is happening in the real world. Not everybody is gonna help you with the heart. And also, I think even if they have the intention of helping you, a lot of times it's easy to end in this game of power to show them how good are you reading the cards and telling you the future, and saying like, oh, I know this is exactly what is going to happen because I know it, because I had the gift, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's easy to end that way, trying to impress the person is in front of you.
So what do you think is healthy practices as a tarot reader? Like, if you were to get your reading from a tarotist, what would you prefer the tarotist to to be like?
I think I think it's a lot of people on social media and YouTube telling you exactly the steps to knowing your tarotist is real or unreal. No, it's a lot of videos. You can use how can I know my tarotist is not lying to me, right? Mm. And everybody has different points. No? Right. From people one is selling you things. No, don't let your tarotist selling you stuff. And others is like if he don't read your past, for example, if he don't tell you the future, if he's trying to get more information from you, like your zodiac sign, or he's starting to ask you questions about your personal life. For some people, that is red flags. I think it's any real steps for knowing if somebody is real or not. It's like you going to the doctor, you trust him, right? Mm-hmm. If in his wall saying he's graduated from Harvard, you trust him. Mm-hmm. You're not going to check it out in Harvard if he's really graduated. Right. So I don't think really it's steps like a pattern you can like
It's more
follow.
intuitive.
I think yeah, and I think you gotta see that person committed to their own life experience, um, or like the way they are, the way they talk. You gotta trust them, no?
Yeah, I mean, and you can spot a motherfucker that's lying. I know that for sure because I know how I feel when I don't trust no. I'm like, I don't know about this
Yeah,
person.
but
Or
baby, you're a Scorpio.
That's true. That's true. But still, like, a lot of motherfuckers can come off like they can have. I don't give a fuck. They have a degree. They have this and that. Like, honestly, I don't trust them right away. I don't even. You know me. I don't even trust a doctor. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to even like give a motherfucker some trust and credit.
Other thing is that is important. If your tarotist is famous, or have a lot of money, or is running a school, that doesn't mean he's good. Okay, like also don't be like or don't think like, oh my god, he's so famous, everybody trusts him, so that gotta be good. It's not true. And I think the way he or she talks, I don't know how to say another way, but they're like running their life.
Yeah,
No?
how their life is going,
How
how
their
they
life
manage.
is going, how they manage emotions and all this stuff it can helps you. But for being honest, I think it's just like and the first step is just trusting that person is going to help you.
Or like when you're buying a product or something, like read the reviews. That always
Yeah.
helps.
Of course. Also, yeah, if
From other
you gotta
people.
from other people too. But also it's a lot of people to lie about.
Yeah,
it's
people pay for those
to-
damn reviews,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Or
saying?
tell their parents and their cousins to
Yeah, like,
write good reviews.
you know.
I think it's like life, no? You gotta take the risk, really. But at the same time, I think you gotta like see if that person is really committed to help you, or is just showing off. For me, that's something pretty important. Like I think it's a little line, and you can see when somebody's trying to just showing you their power, or really try to understand how you feel and how what they saying is helping you or not.
All right. Well, let's get back to the question. There's actually more parts to it. Okay, so we left off automatically virtuous and helpful. Also, it's very controversial to assert that there is only one possible future. In fact, it could be very dangerous for people to think that there is only one possible future and that it is already determined no matter what they do. It can very negatively impact a person's view and practice of ethics. For example, that is a dangerous space to be playing in, or do you not agree? Especially when there are no real rules to the art and each reader makes their own rules, like you explained. When we attempt to persuade others of our particular vision of their futures, we are engaging in a subtle kind of hypnotism and witchcraft, and we are actively deciding to become a co-creator in another person's okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't go to college, but phenomenological sphere in space-time world line. Woo. I like.
Okay, let it then.
Okay. Okay. You were-
Wow. Of course, I think it's a big responsibility when you're trying to help. People say like hell's path is full of people to just wanna help others, right? Even when you're trying to help, you can really like hurt somebody, or do something is going to be bad for that
Right.
person life or experience. Is a big responsibility in the tarot world and others too.
You
right?
know what we're doing right now, like speaking on our opinions, even on a podcast,
Exactly.
and releasing it, is a huge responsibility. Anything that involves others, something that you gotta really take your time and be really responsible with, what you say, what the advice you give, if you decide to do that. What you're speaking about.
I'm not follow the idea following the idea that there is just one future the cards is telling you. But a lot of people does.
Yeah.
A lot of people like, or they're talking about percentage. Like, is 80% like probability to you gonna like go back with your ex-boyfriend? No, just to say something. Or is 30% of probability like they're gonna kick you out your job? But I don't really think you can see probabilities like that on the cards, right? And also I think I don't like when people is telling you like, oh yeah, in 2 months you're gonna receive $2,000.
I would
Like
love
he
that motherfucker
says,
tell me
yeah.
that.
Yeah. I think I think it's not like that. But also I understand how people like they're trying to look that, like trying to look for it. They're trying to like they wanna go and they want somebody to tell them like if they're really gonna find love, if they're really gonna find money, if their problems that are going away. They don't wanna answer to tell them like everything is in your hands so you can change this. No, they wanna know like yes or not.
I think that's like issue on another thing. People want control of their lives. They want to have like that understanding. They want to have the answers. But I think that's the beauty of life. You know what I mean? Like, why not like let some things be mystery? Like, especially those things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I I don't. And if a tarotist were to tell me, I wouldn't go for that. Me personally, but I guess some people. I guess some people like would take that as like, okay, yeah, I can help you answer that question.
I can tell 80% of the people who is coming to me for a reading is coming to that idea in their mind. I'm gonna tell them something is like 100% truth,
Okay.
and they just taking a nod, right? But I think as
How do you handle that situations when those questions come up?
I think I'm always trying to let them know it's not such a one future
Okay.
thing. First
Yeah.
of all, like their actions and decisions in this moment makes a like a lot of possibilities in the future. So first I try to bring them to the present to saying like what you're gonna do today is gonna like be the seed to what is going to happen in the future, first of all. And also I think cards guide you or guide me and to tell them like some things are in their hands and some things are not in their hands. So I think understand that is the most difficult part. To understand sometimes things just gotta happen and you can just like go with the flow, right? And when the things is in your hands, but do something about it. It's not just like you're gonna have a reading and after the reading it's gonna be like magically your life is gonna be perfect. No, the work really starts after the reading to start to understand yourself better. And I think for that the reader gotta understand himself. The reader gotta like understand himself and really like do their own work, inner work, to try to help that person to do their own inner work, not to do because also a lot of people get like dependent on the tarot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, on like I'm going to my tarotist to telling me what I gotta do.
Yeah. And I paid you this money, so you motherfuckers better let me know what's up.
Exactly. And like psychologists and psychiatrists says like it's not just having the patient there because you need the money, right? Because you can keep the patient there years and you can keep telling them like you need me, so you gotta keep paying me. But the final or the supposedly the goal of that of going to the therapist, going to the psychologist, is to the you can be autosufficient, like knowing yourself enough to take the right decisions in the moment without going to therapist and telling every time like what I gotta do now. No, you gotta understand yourself better to take your own decisions. And I think it's same with therapists. Like if the therapist is always like trying to bring you back, just for keep paying, and never help you to solve your problems by your own, I think you're only gonna like put money
Right.
on that, and it's really not helping you.
Like, you're not getting to the root of the issue and
Yeah.
everything. It's like that. All right, let's finish this question up that Mr. What was his name again? Tezin Thomas. Tezin Thomas. All right. Whether a psychic, this is had quotations, psychic relies upon cards and other external objects to conjure their visions, you are choosing to insert yourself in that other person's destiny. That's some heavy shit. No?
It is. It is, and I have I don't know how to explain this, but in some point or some part of me believes, even if you go with the shittiest tarot reader, this is part of your energy. Like your energy put you there, even if that person is going to like play with you and take out all your money. Like I think it's some things in our lives is literally out of control, and if you get there, it's for some reason. I believe like everything happens for some reason, and I think it's harsh because I just imagine, for example, like if I'm just walking on the street and I found a person I didn't see 5 years ago, and he tell me like, hey, like he tell me something about my face or my weight or how I look, and I didn't like it, and I can have this like thought for years maybe, no, saying like, oh my god, he told me like, I don't know, I look ugly, or I look like that person already like get like influence in your life. How you call it? Like that
Influence?
Influence already your life and your thoughts, and no, and that was just a person you randomly see in the street, and it's already like hurting you or modifying something inside of you.
Yeah.
No, same with the tarotist. I think you going with them, and whatever they say, even if it's they try to be nice, even they're trying to help you, they can really say things can hurt you or let you think for days, or touching a soft spot in your traumas,
For sure.
your childhood, and it's harsh because, as he says, it's like co-creating your reality. More if you keep going and keep going with that same person. No, we gotta be pretty careful with what do choose to hear, even the podcast,
Yeah.
the videos, the social media. We gotta be pretty
The
careful
music.
with the music. Pretty
Yeah.
careful with what we decide to listen, because all this little stuff happens around us is like some way co-creating our lives, or having an influence in our life. But I think that for me that's the reason, because this is not just, it's not just like, oh yeah, I read the cards, I learned how to read the cards for a little book, and now I'm gonna read everybody, because it's a big responsibility. Even the way you say in the things, the words you using, no, the way you express yourself, you put in your hand here, you touch them or not, or if they're in front of you or at the side, all these things get like they're important on the reading. So I think it's gotta be a big work with yourself first, and I always, for me personal, it's important to read a lot about psychology, about proximity, about emotions, not just cards, because all these things they're playing at the same like.
But that's a lot of hard work, Mariana. You're asking
It
for a
is.
lot of study and research and stuff like that. We just want to go right to it and get the answers.
No, exactly, and also for people, to do tarot and they don't read about any of this. They even didn't go to college or nothing. For me, it's like thank you. For me, it's like that doesn't mean they're bad.
Nah.
Maybe they can help you. They really can help you, and they really can tell you what you need to hear in that moment. So that's the reason, because I'm saying like it's not just like, it's pretty difficult. It's not just one way to understand how a tarotist is gonna be great or not. but I think experience, and seeing if that person really want to help or they just want money
At the
can
end of the
help
day,
you a little bit.
At the end of the day, everybody's like the person that you're getting advice from, whether it's a terrorist, therapist, doctor, whatever it
Friend.
is, everybody's human, and we all have like that era of mistakes in us, and it happens. We're not perfect. We're growing. We're like a planta or a plant, and we're not already making mangoes from the tree. It takes a time and process, and I think as like yourself, you probably you learn more now than you did when you were before, when you were giving tarot readings. Like you probably wouldn't say the same thing now than you were before.
No.
So also keep that in mind too.
And I make a lot of mistakes too before.
But I think if people have good intentions, I think it works. But also, they're at least trying to research, and not be ignorant to certain things.
Yeah.
But it could be dangerous. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a dangerous world we live in, and you're always gonna be playing with fire.
Yeah, I think one thing I like about this question is when he asked about if just reading tarot make you virtuous right away, and it's
Nah.
it's like the people who go to the church every day. That means they're good persons. That means like they never get mistakes. Or people to the gurus, and
They be the ones with the biggest shadows.
yeah, a lot of time. So I think depends of your own process too. Is the type of tarotist you wanna find in the way, but like everything in this life, I will always recommend you to like keep thinking, keep like doing this critique or saying like, is this really helping me? What she said, even what I'm saying right now, what you're saying right now, they had their own thoughts and saying like, I really agree with this or not. Why not? No, checking other options, checking other people to talking about this topic too. Like make your own idea about something, not just believing like blindly. No, for me that's important. Like never believe somebody just because he's famous or important or other things. Just always like try to put your own point of view there and asking yourself if that's really gonna be useful for you, is gonna help you or not. For me, that's the most important thing because everybody has different experiences in life.
Yeah. All right.
It was a
ladies.
great question.
Thank you,
Tenzin Thomas.
Tenzin Thomas Masami. We love you, and
We do.
thank you so much for that wonderful questions.
I hope we can like clarify a little bit of your points. I think it was pretty heavy and deep. So and maybe I just like misunderstand some of your words or going around my own thoughts. But I hope like we answer a little bit of your question.
Yeah, and
about
if any of you guys want to have questions that want to be answered from us, let us know in the comments, just like Tezin did. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in again. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, peace and love.
Bye.